do. Jeff says that his Bluebell Toastmasters goals for this year are to be diligent and develop a strong understanding of the techniques associated with public speaking. I am sure that after tonight he will be well on his way of achieving his goals. Please welcome Jeff.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I would like to introduce to you the Toastmasters World Champion, Jeff Chabrowski. Mr. Chabrowski, you just won the Toastmasters World Champion. How do you feel? Mr. Chabrowski? Mr. Chabrowski? Mr. Chabrowski! What? Oh, it was all a dream. Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome guests. In preparing for this speech, I thought, what would these people like to know about me? And a little voice inside my head said, so, you know, my life is pretty much similar to most of y'all. I've done some things, I've had some fun, I have a great family, I've had some professional accomplishments, I've had some professional setbacks. So for my icebreaker speech tonight, I thought I would talk to you about who I might like to become. And I refer to that as Jeff version 2.0. Plus, I've heard if you say your goals out loud, it helps you to commit to them. So for those of you not familiar with the term 2.0, it often refers to a software upgrade or new release. So I'll start off with an excerpt from one of my new favorite quotes, and I really like this one. So, in life, you will suffer from one of two pains, either the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. And that's it. That's the only choice you got. So if anybody was wanting to write that down, or if anybody, people might have even heard it. But in life, you will suffer from one of two pains, the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. So at some point in my life, just like most of y'all, I got addicted to self-improvement. And I couldn't get enough of it. I grew up pretty poor in the projects of southern Alabama, and that's no exaggeration. It seemed like everyone around me was focused on survival, and I seemed to get sucked into that. I started to make the same mistakes as everyone else around me. And the bad thing was, I didn't even know how low my expectations were. Luckily, I got a little older, and I managed to get exposed to some really great people in my life. I met a girl, and she had some really great parents. And they kind of took me under their wing. She lived about an hour away, and I soon found myself moving away from the life where I was raised, and found myself on a mission to grow myself. All I wanted to do was to stay as far away from my life as possible. So I found myself listening and reading to all the great motivational speakers. Tony Robbins, Brian Tracy, Napoleon Hill, Les Brown. For the people who know Les Brown, I'm hungry! And then leading into Seth Godin, Marshall Goldsmith, Malcolm Gladwell, and Gary Vaynerchuk. Pretty soon I wanted to be just like them, up on stage helping people to achieve. And that has led me to my first goal of Jeff version 2.0, to be a really great speaker. So as I started to become a little older and wiser, I took over my first retail store at the age of 22. I had 15 employees, and I loved it. You know, just something about leading people and setting goals and making plans and seeing your accomplishments come to fruition was just unbelievable. Over the years, that's led to having direct subordinates of like 200 and 300 people. And I still love it. But I found myself being a little underfulfilled, believe it or not. And I find myself wanting to be a better leader. And I was once told that leaders, your actions are discussed around more dinner tables than most any other subject. And I said, wow, you know, that's serious. We gotta get this program together. So I hear more stories about people not liking their bosses, which then leads to them not liking their job. With that kind of power over the quality of people's lives, where is the test for managers? Where is the certification? Not only do I feel I can make a larger impact, I feel I must make a larger impact. And that has led me to my second goal of version 2.0. And that is to be a truly amazing leader on a larger scale and make a positive impact on destructive managers. So as time went on, I have continued to grow as a leader. I have met even more awesome people and have been exposed to the world of giving. Whatever it's time, money, or resources, the life of service to those in need has really become an important part of what I value about true leadership. I don't think you can measure a person by their blessings. I only think you can only measure the blessings by what they've bestowed onto others. So that leads me to my third goal of version 2.0, to be a dedicated giver. And now I'm at Toastmasters presenting my first speech. And I really think if I could take this all the way, it will help me become a better speaker, a better leader, and a better giver. And that has led me to my last goal, create more time for Toastmasters, which right now seems almost impossible and is going to be a stretch. So in closing, tonight, if I can get you to put your hands together one more time for the Toastmaster World Champion, Jeff Jabrowski.
Our next speaker is Cheryl Lee Rao. Cheryl Lee is presenting her second speech tonight in the Confident Communication Manual, and she is being evaluated by Bob Flood. Bob, can you please tell us about Cheryl Lee's objectives?